Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss the various operations that can be performed on double linked list. Initially, I will list out and explain the operations one by one. In the previous video, I have discussed the naming convention for double linked list. Check out the video in description box. In this video, I have discussed why we use the concept of double linked list, that is the disadvantage of single linked list, and the second point I covered in the previous video is what is a double linked list and the naming conventions that can be performed, that can be used for performing various operations on double linked list. Now, I will just revise you what is a node in double linked list. The name itself represents that it is a list consisting of nodes where each node has double links. Double links means two links. So for suppose if this is a node, it will have two links. One link pointing to the next node which stores the address of the next node, and another link pointing to the previous node which stores the address of the previous node, and the third field which stores data value. For suppose if the name of the node be L, then the first field name will be L previous, second field name will be L data, third field name will be L next. Here previous and next are pointers because they are storing the address of the previous node and the next node, and data is of type integer or floating point or character or whatever type we are storing in the double linked list. So to create a structure for this node, I am using struct with name some node. As this is the node, just to represent it, I am using the name node, and here we need to store three values. So here we will write three types. The first field stores address of previous node. That means this is a pointer. So we will name it as previous. As it stores address, it is declared as a pointer. And what should be the return type of this previous node? I mean this first field of this node L. As it is storing the address of the previous node. That means the entire previous node is being pointed by this first field. So the return type in turn itself is a node. So struct node star previous. This is the type of the node and this is the name of the node. And the second field is data field which stores the value of the particular node. And what is the name of the second field here? Some data or item, and it is of type integer, for example. So int data. And what is the third field? Third field name is next, which stores the address of next node, so it is a pointer. In turn it is another node. I mean in turn it stores the address of another node. So the structure for this third field will be a node. So the type will be node. These are the three values. These are the three fields to create a node L. Now, coming to the various operations that can be performed on double linked list. So, these are the three main operations that can be performed on double linked list. The first one is, the main first operation is insertion, second one is deletion, and third one is displaying the elements in the double linked list. While coming to insertion operation, we can insert a node at the start of the double linked list, anywhere, or at the end of the double linked list. In the same way for deletion operation, start, middle, or end of the double linked list. These are the two main important operations that can be performed on double linked list. In this video, I will explain how to perform insertion operation in double linked list. The first one is insertion at start. So if you consider this as our current double linked list, let us fill up the fields. Each and every node is stored at some address in the memory. And now, the property of header node is it should and must store the address of the first node in the double linked list. So 1000 is stored in header node. Now, let us first fill the third fields in the double linked list. This stores the address of its next node. What is the address of next node? 2000. So 2000 is stored here. It points to the next node. In the same way, 4000 is stored in the third field of second node. 5050. And as there are no further nodes in the double linked list, it stores none. Now, coming to data. Some 8, 14, 3 and 12. Now, previous field, the first field in every node, it stores the address of the previous node. As there are no further previous nodes in the double linked list, it stores null. And what about this field? It stores 1000 because 1000 is the previous node for 2000. In the same way, 2000, 4000. Now, if you want to insert a new node at the starting position of the double linked list, we should know the name of the new node. Let it be some new2. And the address is some 6000. Now, let us write the various steps that can be written to insert this new node in the double linked list. Now, if you want to insert this new2 node as the starting node of the double linked list, what should be the property of this field? It should store null, right? Now, what is the property of the third field of new node? It should store the address of next node. What is the address of the next node? It should be the starting node. Now, if this is the starting node, this should be the second node in the double linked list. The second node first field should store the address of previous node. Its previous node should be new2. Now, if this is the starting node, the address of this new node should be stored in the header node. So these are the 4 links to be inserted for inserting a new node in the double linked list. So the values to be changed are, I am just marking it as star. Here the first field of the previous starting node should store 6000, the first one. Next, the third field in the new to node should store the address of previous first node. Next, the new node previous field should store null, and the header node should store the address of new to. Now let us write the statements for all these 4 stars. We should start writing from right hand side to left hand side. So 1, 2, some 3 and 4. Let us write the first star mark statement. Now coming to the naming convention, as we all know that the starting node name is start. This will be declaring in our program. If the name of 1000 is start, what will be the name of the previous field of the start? It will be start previous. For naming convention, you can check out the description box. And if the name of the new node is new to, the third field name is new to next, and the first field name is new to previous, and the header node name is start. Now we know the names of various fields. The first one is writing the statement to change the value at this first node, first field of first node. Previously, start previous, that means this field is holding null, but now it should not hold null because it is having some previous element, that is new to. So start previous should store the address of its previous node. Address of previous node is 6000. Name of 6000 is new to. So start previous is equal to new to. Now, so this field has been updated. Now coming to the next statement, second one. Name of this field is new to next. So new to next should store the address of its next node. What is its next node? It is 1000. Name of 1000 is start. So new to next is equal to start. Now coming to the third operation. Third one. Name of this field is new to previous. New to previous. This field must store null because this is the starting node, and the property of starting node is the first field should store null. So new to previous is equal to null. Next, fourth one. Here the header node property is it stores the address of the starting node in the double linked list. Now our new starting node is this one, 6000. So in place of 1000, 6000 must be overridden. What is the name of this 1000? Start. And name of 6000 is new to. So the start header node should store the new value 6000. Name of 6000 is new to. These are the 4 steps to be performed for inserting a new node at start of the double linked list. Okay. Now insertion at end. let us consider a double linked list with some 3 nodes. So this is our double linked list. Now if we want to insert a new node at the end of the double linked list, we should know the name of the new node. Let it be some new2 and the address is some 6008. And what is the property of this last node? The third field in the last node should store null, and the first field in the new node should store the address of its previous node. What is the new previous node here for this new node? That is 3004. And after inserting this new2, this is not our final node in the double linked list. This is our final node. So the third field for 3004 should store the address of this new node. Okay. Now we should know the fields to be updated. The first field is this one, new2, next part should store null, and new2 previous part should store 3004, and 3004's next part should store the address of the new node 6008. So there are total 3 operations. So we should write from right to left. So this should be our first operation, second operation and third operation. So to continue with operations and statements, we should know the names of these 3 fields. So first name of this first field is new2 next, and this field is new2 previous. And what is the name of this node? 3004 next. So name of this node is 3004 next, and name of this node is new2's previous node, and this node, this link, new2 next. Now 3004 is our assumption address. For example, this will be 3004. So we should know the name of this particular node. For suppose if the name of this particular node is L, then the third field name will be obviously L next. So to get the name of this 3004 as L, we should initialize this L value to the starting node, because we don't know which one is the last node in the double linked list. We know just the header node of the double linked list. So name of the header node is start. So L is equal to start. We will initialize the value of L to start. So the value of L will be now 1000. If 1000 is L, the starting node name is also L. So this L should be traversed all the way from first node to the last node. So for traversing, we should write a loop. What should be inside this loop? What should be the condition here? So we need to find out the property of the last node. What is the property of the last node? Last node third field will be null always. So using that null value, we will write the condition. For suppose if this is L, third field will be L next. So with L next, we will write the condition. Let us write down double equal to first. Now let us enter into this loop. L is 1000, L next is 2000. 2000 double equal to null. Condition is false. False means it doesn't enter into the while loop. But our main intention is to enter into this while loop till L is traversed till the last of the double linked list. So here I will write down not equal to. Okay, L next not equal to null. L next is 2000. 2000 not equal to null condition is true. So L should jump from first node to next node. That means the previous value of L is 1000. Now the new value should be 2000. That means the L value must be modified to 2000. What is the name of this 2000? 2000 name is L next. So L is equal to L next. Okay. As this is while loop, the loop iterates. Now the new value for L is 2000. L next is 3004. 3004 not equal to null condition is true. So L is equal to L next. So L will go from the second node to the third node. And again the loop repeats. What is the value of L next here? Null. Previously it is null only. So null not equal to null is false. False means it doesn't enter into the while loop and comes outside. What is the final value of L here? 3004. Okay. So in this way we should traverse particular node, name of a particular node from first node to last node using the property of the last node. Now now we know the name of 3004. So the third field name will be L next. So now we are confirm about the names of these three fields. We should start writing from right hand side to the left hand side. The first one is this field. What is the name of this field? New to next. New to next should store null because this is the last node. So here I am writing down the statement for first operation. First statement, that is new to next. New to next is equal to null. This is the first modification to be done in the new node third field. Next, what should be the second statement here? Name of this field is new to previous. New to previous should store the address of its previous node. So new to previous is equal to address of its previous node is 3004. Name of the 3004 is L. So new to previous is equal to L. Next, third statement. What is the third statement? We should modify this field. Name of this field is L next. L next is equal to, this should store the address of its next node. Its next node address is 6008. Name of 6008 is new to. So L next is equal to new to. So these are the three operations to be performed to insert a node at the end of the double linked list. The next operation is insertion at middle of the double linked list. Middle means it is not the sense that if there are 4 elements we should insert after 2 like that. It can be anywhere in the double linked list except at start and end. So we can insert a new node in between 8 and 12, 12 and 9, 9 and 3. So for that purpose we will use insertion at middle. For suppose if I want to insert after 9. Now what I am saying, I want to insert a new node after 9. So remember this. The name of new node is some new to. Address is some 6000. 3 fields for new node. Now, if I want to insert after 9, 3000 is name of this particular node. Sorry, address of this particular node. Here this is 4000 because 4000 is its next node. But the new node address is 6000. So, in place of 4000, we should store 6000 because this is the next node after 9. And For this new node, the previous field should store the address of its previous node. Previous node address is 3000. So it should store the address of 3000. This field should store 3000. Next, this is the new node. It should be inserted before 3. So the node which is prior to this 3 is new 2. And okay, so there should be 4 statements to be written to insert a new node anywhere in the double linked list. So what are the 4 fields to be modified? The first field is this one, because here in place of 3000 we should get 6000, and the second one is this field, because this field should store 4000, and the third one is previous field for new 2. This stores the address of its previous node. Its previous node address is 3000, and the fourth field is this. It should store the address of its next node. Next node address is 6000. So in place of 4000, 6000 should be written. So to write these 4 statements, we should first number the links from right hand side to the left hand side. So the first link statement should be written to modify the first field, this one. And the second link is to modify this field. Third link is to modify this field. Fourth link is to modify this field. So for the first star, we should write the statement. Okay. What is the name of this field? 4000 previous. Name of this field is 4000 previous. But 4000 is our assumption. So we should know the name of this 4000. And what is this name? What is the field name? New to previous. New to next. And name of this field is new to previous. And name of this field is 3000 next. So here we should know the names of 3000 and 4000. For example, if the name of 3000 is L, what is name of 4000? If this is L, this field name is L next. If 4000 is L next, obviously the name of this node will be L next. So this will be L next. Okay. So to assign this node with name L, we should write the statements. The first statement is initialize the value of L with start, because the header node name is start. So we are assigning the first node as L. Now this L should traverse all the way from first node to some data ninth node. So I am writing a while loop. What should be the condition here? For suppose if this is insertion at end, then the property of this last field is null. So here we will write L next not equal to null. What is the property of this middle node? So in the starting I told that I want to insert a new node after 9. So basing on this part I will write the condition. What is the name of this field? Some data, L data. This field is also data part. This is also data part. So using the data part I will write down the condition. This loop should be repeated until the value 9 has been occurred. So 9. So directly I can't write 9 here. So I am assigning that 9 to some E value. So here I will write E. Now first, here L is 1000. What is L data? L data is 8. So if this is 8, 8 is double equal to 9. 8 double equal to 9 is false. False means it doesn't enter into the while loop. But our intention is to enter into this while loop because L should traverse all the way from first node to this node. So here we should write not equal to. L data not equal to E. So L data is 8. 8 not equal to 9. 8 not equal to 9 is true. True means it will enter into the while loop. So what it should do here, L should jump from first node to the next node. So previously the value of L is 1000. After this statement, the value of L should be 2000. So what is the name of 2000? It is L next. So L is equal to L next. Now the new value of L is 2000. Now again the loop repeats. L data is 12. 12 not equal to 9. Condition is true. So it enter into the while loop and L is equal to L next. L is equal to L next means it traverses from second node to the third node. Now again the loop repeats. L data is 9. 9 not equal to 9. 9 not equal to 9 is false. False means it doesn't enter into the while loop. So finally the value of L will be 3000. If the value of L is 3000, the name of 4000 will be L next because here the third field name is L next. So now name of this field is L next. Name of this field is this is L next and the name of this node is L next. If this is L next, its previous node name will be L next previous. For suppose if this is X, the name of 3000 will be X next. In place of X we are having L next. So L next previous. Okay. Now we know all the names of these 4 fields. Now we will start writing the code. So the first one is changing the value in this box. Name of this box is L next previous. So L next previous should store the value of its previous node. Its previous node is 6000. 6000 name is new2. So L next previous is equal to new2. This is the first statement. Next star is to change the value in this box. Previously it stores null because this is a new node. Name of this field is new2 next. So new2 next should store the value of its next node. Value of its next node is 4000. Name of 4000 is L next. Now third box. What is the name of this node? New2 previous. New2 previous is equal to, it should store the value of its previous node. Value of previous node is 3000. Name of 3000 is L. So new2 previous is equal to L. Now coming to the fourth box. Name of this box is L next. L next is equal to, it should store the address of its next node. Its new next node is 6000. Name of 6000 is new2. So L next is equal to new2. Right? So after performing these 4 operations, this new node will be inserted in between 9 and 3. So in insertion at end, we are using the condition basing on the property of the last node third field. And while coming to the insertion operation at middle, we will write the condition basing on the data value where we want to insert the data node. These are the 3 ways in which we can perform insertion operation. Insertion at start, insertion at end and insertion at middle. Hope you understood. Thank you.